foodstuffs or what we eat is one of the causes or might be involved in the causation for diabetes, especially type 2. And this type 2 diabetes mellitus is 95% of the diabetes that we have in Zimbabwe. And like I mentioned, about 10% of our population is diabetic. And it's mainly foodstuff. And when I say people are not aware, they take, say, our 100% juices, no sugar added. People really believe that there is no sugar. And yet there is sugar there, which then gets converted into fat and can push our sugars up in our bloodstreams. And we also have, say, our common sadza. People don't know that if it's eaten in excess on large quantities, it gets converted into fat, and it gets converted into sugar in the blood as the people move around. So we must be aware that most of the starches that we eat get converted to sugar in the blood. If the sugar is excess, it gets converted into fat, and this fat leads to high blood pressure, leads to diabetes, and this leads to what we call obesity. And once one becomes obese, it means their diabetes is out of control, their sugar is out of control. And what we drink, what we eat, we must be very careful to make sure we do not take things that have excess sugar. Some packaged foods, for instance, people are not aware that they are almost of them maize products, you know, and some of the drinks that we drink are all maize products, and we are not aware. And we know that maize really contributes to obesity in a large way because it's involved in most of our super refined foods that we take every day, say for breakfast, lunch, even supper. And it's very important for people to read food labels. Food labels are very important to read and understand what is happening. Yes, the important point was that we do not have nurse specialists in diabetes. Even doctors specially trained in diabetes, they are not there. So we are encouraging government to deliberately have a policy to have nursing schools, universities, specialized or super specialized doctors and nurses in diabetes and hypertension. Because these are, like I said, imagine 10% of the population being diabetic and none is specialized in that. Most of our nurses are general nurses. We need them definitely to be specialized in diabetes. They should know causes, what food stuff is good for their patients, what complications can come from diabetes. Our nurses and doctors need to be equipped. You are quite right. Yes, what you are asking is Novartis in particular has offered us to train endocrinologists. These are specialists who will be specializing in the diabetes, hypertension, and other hormonal diseases, like you mentioned. Those will be trained. Then we will use those guys who have been trained by Novartis to train our local guys so that we have a nucleus of proper diabetes management.